This magic trick is called the list, okay, because I have here a piece of paper, all right? It's a list of different forms of transport. And I have here a prediction, okay? Now, I'm going to move the scissors. I'm going to move the scissors slowly down the list. And Danny, whenever you want, you just say stop.
Okay.
Okay?
Stop.
Stop here. I'm going to cut here. Is that okay with you?
Okay.
Yes? All right then. I've cut through a word. What word did I cut through?
Hot air balloon.
Hot air balloon. And what's on my prediction? Turn over the card. You said stop. Go on.
Hot air balloon.
Hot air balloon. Hot air balloon. Thank you. So, that was the list. The list is a very, very simple trick, and it's really useful for practicing vocabulary and pronunciation. Now the key, the trick to cutting through the word that you predicted is that you actually don't, because the word has already been cut through. Now if you look carefully, and this is one of the lists that I used in the demonstration video, if you look very carefully you can see at the very top of the list, you can just see there the bottom half of the word gondola. And if we go down to the bottom of the list, we can see the top half of the word gondola down there at the bottom of the list. So, hold the list upside down. It's very important to hold the list upside down, and I'll explain why it's important later. So hold the list upside down, and very simply, as we do in the demonstration video, just go down the list with your scissors until your volunteer says stop. When your volunteer says stop, make sure that you stop somewhere between two words. Okay, now I recommend using a list in which the spaces between the words are larger than the words themselves, so that you have a little bit of leeway, just in case your student asks you to move up or down a little bit more than you'd like to. So you cut the list, and I'm cutting here between taxi and rocket. Cut between those two words. Let the bottom half or the top half of the list fall to the floor or to the table. Don't forget to turn over the list that's still in your hand. And as you can see, we have cut through the word gondola. Now, to the reason why you have to hold the list upside down. Well, if your volunteer says stop very, very early or very, very late, there's going to be a big difference between the sizes of the top and the bottom pieces of paper. So if the student says stop right here, okay, and you're cutting through the paper, you have to cut through the paper near to the top. You need to be able to show your volunteer that the paper was cut near the top of the list. So I'm cutting between boat and canoe. Okay, here we go. We let the bottom half fall to the floor. The bottom half of the list is very big. We turn this over, and what do we have? There we go. Now, obviously, as a teacher, both before and after the trick is done, I would brainstorm with my students the vocabulary belonging to the topic that we're practicing here. In this case, it's forms of transport. Also, after the trick is done, I could also do, for example, a listen and repeat with the words themselves. But just to show you that magic offers a lot more than just listening to what the teacher says and marveling at the teacher's magic skills, the next video in this course is one of my own students doing his own version of this trick. So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to present to you Tato the Mentalist. Tato, you're going to do the magic trick.
Really?
Yes, you are. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Tato the Mentalist.
Hello.
Hello, Tato.
Okay, this is
Don't let them see the
this
list.
is a magic trick called the list. I have this piece of paper with a list of different forms of transport. Okay, and here I have a prediction. This is a card of my mental prediction.
Predictor.
Now I'm going to move this pair of scissors slowly down the list, and when you want, Blanca, just say stop, and I will cut. Okay.
Stop.
You know what is Hogwarts? You know what is Hogwarts? Hogwarts.
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts. This is a school of wizardry and magic things. Okay. Can you see my word? No, this is not the script.
Oh no, you're ad-libbing. I know.
Okay. Can you resolve my unknown card, please?
Gondola.
Gondola.
And what is the word I got it?
Gondola.
Gondola. Well done.
Harry Potter was my teacher.
So, that was the list. A really good magic trick for practicing vocabulary, in this case, forms of transport. Now, I didn't do it in the demonstration video, but obviously in the classroom, I could have brainstormed forms of transport with the students, or I would have done a listen and repeat with the list itself. But anyway, if you enjoyed this magic trick, check out our YouTube channel for similar videos. Or, if you want to find out how to do this and many other magic tricks in the TEFL classroom, come on over to teflmagic.com, take the free trial, and I can guarantee that very soon you will be doing your own magic tricks in your TEFL classes.